Hi everybody, I hope you're all at home and doing well. I miss seeing all of you guys. For this week's quote video, I wanted to do something a little bit different and I actually chose a short poem instead of a quote for this week. This week's poem is called The Voice and it's by Shel Silverstein. You might know some of Shel Silverstein's work. He wrote Where the Sidewalk Ends, he wrote The Giving Tree, he wrote A Light in the Attic, and you've probably seen his poetry books. His poetry is really well known for being designed for children. However, it also resonates with people of all ages. He writes really simplistically, but his writing really triggers a lot of deeper thought. And what I like about his writing is everybody has access to it, right? Whether you're 5 or you're 50, you can enjoy Shel Silverstein's work. So this week's poem is called The Voice, so I want to encourage you to read it to yourself a few times and kind of see what you make of it and what you think of it. I also want you to notice the illustration at the bottom and tell me, what do you think that means? Why do you think Shel Silverstein chose this artwork for this specific poem? Because he's making a very conscious choice here, and Shel Silverstein is also very famous for his artwork and his black and white sketches that he adds to his poetry. So the poem is called The Voice, and I'm going to go ahead and read it right now. The Voice. There is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel that this is right for me. I know that this is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to the voice that speaks inside. All right, so that's the poem. So I want to challenge you guys to write me a poem. You can be as creative as you want. One of the qualifications for the poem is that it must rhyme. It has to rhyme. So you'll notice in The Voice, there's some really great rhyming schemes here, right? So for instance, he says, there is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel that this is right for me. I know that this is wrong. So long and wrong are rhyming there, right? You can make it so that your lines rhyme together every 2 lines or every other line or every 3 lines. It's totally up to you, right? So like if you say, I love to pet my cat, she is very fat, that would be them rhyming every single line. But if you say, I love to pet my cat, she is the cutest, she is very fat, blah, 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 blah. So then you see every other line is rhyming. Does that make sense? So you can choose your rhyme scheme however you want to do it, but I do want it to rhyme. I also want your poem to be at least 10 lines long. Now with poetry, you don't necessarily need punctuation. It doesn't have to be a sentence, but you skip a line for effect, right? And to show the rhyme. So at least 10 lines long, okay? I want you to write me a poem about something that makes you you, something that is very specific to who you are, something that you believe in, and something that feels right to you, okay? Because in the poem it says, I feel that this is right for me. I know that this is wrong. And so I kind of want you guys to play off of that. I want you to tell me, what do you believe in? What is right to you, right? What's something that makes you feel right? Or you can also include something that makes you feel wrong and something that you know, this is not for me, right? This is not who I am. This doesn't resonate with my personality and with my identity, okay? Now, if you want some extra credit points, I would like you to also create an illustration to go with this poem. So I want you to write your poem and then draw a drawing that goes along with it. So if you want some extra credit, please submit to me a picture of a drawing that goes along with your poem that you created, okay? All right, so before I kind of sign off of this video, I want you to know that all of this is going to be available for you on Google Classroom. You can type directly into this document that has a picture of this poem on it, okay? You don't have to submit it to me. I can see your work already and I can view that file, okay? So you don't have to create a new Google document. I've already created one for you. I'm going to go ahead before I sign off. I'm going to read the voice one more time, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I think about it. So one more time really quick. Excuse me. One more time really quick. Here's The Voice by Shel Silverstein. There is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel that this is right for me. I know that this is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide. What's right for you, just listen to the voice that speaks inside. Okay. I love this poem because it gives you permission to think for yourself. I think a lot of times in life we rely on other people to tell us what to do. And it's good to rely on other people. It's great to have people to trust and to look to for help and advice. But it's also so important to look within yourself and to ask yourself, what do I want? What is right for me? I think so often we get caught up in trying to please other people, in trying to please our parents, and trying to please our teachers, and even, especially at your guys' age, in trying to please our friends, right? And it is really hard to be the one person in the room who says, no, this doesn't work for me, or no, this doesn't feel right for me. And it's okay to have different interests. It is completely okay. Just because I like one thing and you like another doesn't mean that we can't be friends. It's nice to have things in common with our friends, but it's even nicer to have differences so that we can learn from one another and we can have a different perspective other than just our own, right? Imagine how boring life would be if we only ever thought about our own perspective and what we wanted, right? We'd never learn anything new. So, I really appreciate this poem, The Voice by Shel Silverstein, because I think that we as, mankind and as people need to work harder on listening to ourselves and asking ourselves hard questions like, is this right for me? Is this what I really want? And is this going to make me a better or a stronger person, right? Okay, well, that's it for this week's quote video. I hope you enjoyed the poem. Please send me your poems. Remember, at least 10 lines long, and they have to have some sort of rhyme inside of them. Please be creative, okay? Do not let yourself get held back by my instructions. Just create something that works for you, right? It doesn't have to be boring and cookie cutter and be like, this is what is right for me. This is what I believe in, right? You can be creative, okay? Yep, I just wanted to say that I love you all and I miss you all, and I hope you're doing well. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye!